change that. Greetings. We're gonna start. I'm a little late today with the meditation and the tapping, but we are about to get there. I'm working on it. The full moon was in effect last night, and so yeah, there was a lot of things going on, and I didn't get to go live last night. So today what we're doing, I'm trying to adjust my grounding mat. I'm going to start with the EFT tapping session this morning and get into alignment with the full moon. So if you guys are new here, I'm Goddess Lamiel. I'm a goddess coach and an energy and spiritual healer. And so every day this week, I'm going to be coming on and we're going to do a meditation, an EFT session. The last 2 days, we've done some emotional energy release. Today, we're going to do the oponopono technique. Yesterday was the super blue moon, if you guys experienced that. So there was a lot of energy going on, a lot of energy in my house, which is why I didn't make it to the live last night. However, in keeping in alignment, thank you so much for the likes, and keeping in alignment with the fact that we are in this full moon energy, we have been tapping to receive abundance. So today what we're going to do is release the things that no longer serve us. So we're going to do an EFT session to release. We're going to do a short meditation. And I believe when you empty and you make space, this is my infrared lamp. I actually should turn this on while I'm sitting here. What is this? When we make space, we should fill up with something wonderful. And so I'm going to explain the oponopono technique. And we're going to use that for releasing into releasing other things that no longer serve us and start some healing. So 2 things. The chop points that I use, the tapping points, this is the karate chop point. I do the eyebrows, the side of the eye, under the nose, under the chin, the collarbone, under your arm, and the top of the head, right? That's the cycle. In the meditation and in the tapping session, if I will use interchangeably God, source, universe. Use the words that resonate with you the most. I'm going to try to fix the lighting. I know I have this red light on. Today's my best friend's birthday and my daughter's birthday, so I'm starting a little bit late. Okay, so that's a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to get started. So this session today is going to focus on releasing what no longer serves you on all levels. We're going to be covering mind, body, spirit, psychologically, and emotionally. And then as you tap through the points, I want you to know that you're safe, supported, guided, and we're just letting go and we're just making space. So before we begin, take a really, really deep breath in through your nose. Hold at the top and exhale through the mouth. And when you make that noise, it creates a level of relaxation. So let's do it again. In through the nose. Hold and out through the mouth. So we're just releasing. And take a moment. Let's reflect on what it is that you're wanting to release. So if you are into manifesting and there is something that you are calling in and have been calling in, then the ideal thing to release would be anything that is blocking that. So that could be emotions, that could be patterns, that could be energies, that could be thought, beliefs, thought patterns. Anything that is not serving your highest good is what it is that you are going to want to release. So let's get that intention in your mind. And based on what you want to release, rate yourself from like a 1 to 10. How do you feel about those things and the release of it? It's just a little way to gauge how your session goes. So we're going to start on the karate chop point. And you're going to repeat after me. You can repeat after me or you can just tap and listen. It's completely up to you. Even though it can be scary to release what is familiar, I deeply and completely love, honor, and appreciate myself. I've held on to these things for so long, and I'm ready to make space for something greater. I trust in the process, and I choose to release what no longer serves me on all levels. My mind, my body, my spirit, psychologically and emotionally. Let me make an adjustment, and then we're going to start tapping through the points, starting with the eyebrow. Even though letting go feels scary, I'm ready to release what no longer serves me. I've held on to these things for so long, but now I'm ready to let it go. Under the eye, I honor that these things were once part of me, but no longer align with who I am becoming. I release any fear or resistance to letting go. I trust that releasing these things will create space for something greater. I choose to release on all levels, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. I release it all. I release anything that no longer serves my higher good. I am creating space for new opportunities, new love, and more abundance. I'm open to receiving greater love and abundance. I trust in the divine timing of my journey. I'm aligned with my higher self. And I'm worthy of all of the blessings coming my way. I trust that releasing makes room for something better. I am safe. I am supported. And I am guided in this process. I release what no longer serves me with love and with gratitude. Top of the head, I am free. And I am ready to receive the divine blessings that are meant for me. I trust the process of letting go. I am safe. I am loved. I am aligned with my higher self. I am ready to receive the beautiful opportunities and blessings that are now coming into my life. I release what no longer serves me and make space for something greater. All is well. And so it is. I take a deep breath. Oh, Camille.
Hey, hey.
Hey. So that was our EFT session for releasing. When we're doing this, I don't even have my water with me. After sessions, one of the things that I want you to do is to gauge how you feel, right? Where your nervous system is, because it will change. It will help your nervous system to relax, to be more in the moment, to be more receptive, and to be more present. Okay. Also, whenever we do a session, drink at least 1 bottle of water afterwards, and you will feel the residual of this depending on how focused you are throughout the day. You may start to realize, like, oh, I need to let some things go. Oh, this is what is going on. And right now, doing this type of session in conjunction with there being a full super blue moon and this energy, then there may be some emotions behind it, because the super blue moon is really helping to pull out of you all of the things that need to come to the surface, right? That's why people act crazy sometimes during the full moon. And they always talk about, like, the wolves are out howling, and, people, I feel so calm. Oh, hey, doll. People talk about, acting crazy things happen. People do wild and unexpected things. These are all things that are in you, that are on the surface. And what is that called? The magnetic pull of the moon. You want to put your bonnet on? Yes. This baby, like, she needs a bonnet. Okay, Grandma can't on it. You can get it on. It's pulling all of the things right out of you. Her bonnet looks more like a chef's hat than an actual bonnet. So we're going to move into the guided meditation. Okay. And when we're done with that today, I'm going to be talking about releasing energy in our hips, releasing some trauma using oponopono. So this meditation is, and I promise, I'm going to put all of the meditations I've done since Sunday on my page later today. So if you're not following, just, follow so that you can, hey, Tori, so that you can.
Are the meditations you did on the app yet?
They're not. They're gonna be cut up in the app, and some of them will be on my page. So okay. You can always join Goddess University. They'll all be there, properly cut. The tapping sessions and the meditations will all be there. So I'll put like 1 or 2 of those on my page today, and then all of them will be in Goddess University. You want to put your socks on? Okay. I'm going to put your socks on, and then Grandma's going to meditate. Okay? 1 for you. This one has 2 socks in it. None of these match.
It's in fashion to have not matching socks on.
I know.
Let her be her most authentic self.
There you go. Here, go put that one back. You only got 2 feet.
Maybe she wants to put one on her hand.
So we're going to take this release together. And I wrote this last night because I needed this last night. And I assume that a lot of us need to let go of things that are no longer serving us. So sometimes those things that we need to separate from are so painful, not because you don't want to let them go, but because they've been a part of you for so long, or because they are so deeply rooted, within you. Sometimes they are toxic relationships. And, when you cycle through a relationship where you have like a trauma bond, every time you go back, it's harder and it's more painful to leave. Every time you go back, it's harder. And so they get more deeply rooted within your own personal biosphere. It feels like you're one. So when you, especially with a trauma bond, so when you're trying to leave and remove yourself from particularly a person or from a person, it feels crazy, right? Like you're dying, you can't live without them, and it gets worse every time you go back. And what I learned recently is that it gets worse like that because even though on a thought level, right, we're saying we're done with this, we want something more, something better is there for us. During this toxic relationship, during this toxic interaction with the things that you need to release, your brain is producing a chemical every time there's a toxic reaction. So the longer that you are toxic interaction. So every time that you are interacting with something that is not of your highest good, the brain is producing chemicals. The body becomes addicted to those chemicals. So now you want to leave this relationship, and mentally you feel like you're ready, you've talked yourself up, you know that there's no reason for you to be here, this is not serving you, etc. And you try to make that change. But your body is addicted to the chemical. So after a while, the body's like, hey, we're not getting this chemical that we are used to. And so the body takes over the brain and will cause you to have thoughts that will ultimately lead you back into, or try to lead you back into, that same situation that you in your spirit know that you want to be away from, because it's addicted to the chemical. So you've got to learn. That's why they say mind over matter. It's really, you have to be, you can't let your body, because your body's the matter, right? You can't let your body determine what it is you do, what your decisions are going to be, but it will try, and it's trying because it's addicted. Is this why the nervous system regulation is? Yes, that's exactly why. Every time I get on live, you have to regulate your nervous system, because that helps you literally have control over the body. Because at least you're not in fight, flight, or freeze. And if you're in fight, flight, or freeze, and you are going through basically an addiction withdrawal, you lose. So how do you circumvent this? You circumvent it because you have to literally become what it is that you are wanting to change, right? You have to become that. So what happens is, and this is what we're doing in Goddess University in the program called Quantum Delusion, because you need to learn how to be that. When you are that, when your mind says, this is who I am, the body can't go, no, you're not. You don't want this. You are embodying it. So now you are in control of the body. And what happens is the body is like, oh, you mean that we are physically fit? Well, shit. We should be craving exercise. And the body follows suit. We try to change. That's why resolutions don't work and all that kind of stuff, because we're trying to, do it mentally, but our bodies are in charge. You need to do meditation. You need to regulate and reset your nervous system. And then you need to start being or embodying the change so that the body follows and the mind is leading. Right. Everybody's trying to change the body. It's that you've got to do it mentally. And before you can really do it mentally, you need to tackle it emotionally, right? So you have to get into the feeling place of what it is that you're trying to change and what it is that you're trying to be. And you need to be able to feel it. When you can feel it, right, then you have a point of reference. And so things will follow through. So this is what we're teaching in Quantum Delusion. If you guys are interested in joining, you can get into Goddess University. It is, in that thing on my page. So let's get started with the guided meditation. Whew. So take a deep breath and relax. And I wrote this last night because the full moon was pulling all of the stuff out that was like right on the surface. And I needed to calm my own nervous system and realize that it was okay to let it go. And not only was it okay to let it go, but it was okay to grieve over some of the things that I was okay with letting go. Sometimes it's the change. Like if you're a parent and you have to let go of the dynamics of a relationship with a child, that can be sad. But it's for your best interest. And eventually it really does serve the child, right? When we are treating our children like they need us, we have to do this because nobody else will do it for them. What we're doing is we are seeing them in lack. We are seeing them as incapable, and that's the energy we are instilling in them. When we no longer do that, and regardless of what they say or how they're doing it, we see them embodying everything that we know that they are, then they step up to the plate because that energy that we're projecting is in them, right? We're giving that to them the same way that we do in the circle when somebody says, oh, I'm manifesting a new car. And we're all like, we see you in that car. The car looks good, girl. You look great in that car. I love that your purse matches that car. Well, when we tell our children, you can do this, and I know that you can do this to the point where I'm going to step back so that you have the space and the place to do that, we are instilling in them that confidence. We are infusing them with that energy that allows them to go to their next level without the crutch. And sometimes it's scary, right? But that's also a dynamic of a relationship that doesn't serve either one of you. And I'm not saying that you never show up and help them when they need it, but you can't be their crutch, right? You can't be the reason that they don't do it or they don't try or they don't whatever. So it can be with your children. It can be with your parents, because a lot of times when you're trying to make a shift, people like your parents, they know the old you and they try to hold on to the old you. And so you have to be willing to remove yourself from them to a certain degree, because how they see you no longer serves you. And when you have made your shift and they become accepting of that, you can bring them back into your life and reintroduce them to who you are. But a lot of times you can't be as connected to them while you're making your shift, because they're going to want to hold on to the you that they know. Not only that, if there are people in your life that are benefiting from where you are right now, they will be resistant to you changing, because that means that the benefits that they are receiving may not be there and they're not going to like it. It's nature, right? So So you've got to be willing to let go. You've got to be willing to release. You've got to be able to surrender to your journey, whatever that looks like, and not feel like we're all here on these apps and everybody, these people are showing their lives, but a lot of it is 100% fake, right? How they're living and, a lot of it, not all of it, but a lot of it is fake. and we're making that our standard. So if I have a business and I, do this, that, and the other, but I don't have what she has, am I really successful? We're using that as a gauge. There's so many people on this app who look like they had amazing lives. And then you get a glimpse of them running from their house because their husband's trying to beat the shit out of them. That's your standard? You have to set your own standard. If you are not in Goddess University, feel free to join. There is a free membership, but in there's a class called Energetic Minimums. And you have to set energetic minimums for every single area of your life. And your energetic minimum should have nothing to do with anybody else's. You are your own lane. So you've got to get into your lane and mind your business, stay in your lane, right? And keep moving forward. Half of these people, they might be in their lane, but they're not moving because they're so busy watching the traffic around them. You got to set your own standards. You've got to do what works for you. And part of that is also not judging how things work for other people. Like, I'm not into poly, but if that's what you like, I'm happy for you. And I'm not into it to the point where I'm not even gonna ask no questions because I don't even want none of that kind of shit to be resonated in my life. Doesn't mean we can't be friends. Doesn't mean that's just not my lane. Right? I don't teach on relationships right now. Why? Because that's not my lane. I've never seen a relationship that I would say, oh, I wish I had a relationship like theirs. I don't know how I want it. So my relationships have been unconventional and they've been different and they've definitely been difficult. I would not recommend to anybody, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm figuring out what I want and how I want it for a long time. And Camille is on here and can tell you, I have said, I can't live with a man. He's going to have to live next door. Now it's all over the internet. There's a lot of women saying like, we could be married, but we can't live together. Because that's just how I feel.
About for years been saying that.
Yeah, like I need a man, but like I don't want him like in the house,
Like, who wants to clean up after him and
right. I have been saying that for like a decade, right? Not that I don't want one. I don't want a child, and I don't want the extra responsibility, and I don't want to do shit I don't want to do. So I've been trying to figure out how do I have that relationship where I really don't have to do what the fuck I don't want to do. But that.
Like he could come over
Nobody
for
was talking about
parties
it.
And adult playtime. But then you got to go back to your house.
Home. You know what I'm saying? I want him to get out of my bed. But that was my thing about relationships before it was big on the internet. And I'm just using it as an example because for a lot of people that was very extreme back then. Like, how you gonna have a man? And what about? I don't want that kind of man. My point is simply, you have to not care about what other people are doing. It's easier not to care if you're in your own lane, focused on where you're going and tapping into the things that resonate with you. So then you set your energetic minimums based on that. Then you stay aligned, you take action on your inspired messages from source, and you create that life for you. It does not have to look like anybody else's. The only thing that matters is how you feel. The only thing that matters is how you feel. People will get on this app and talk about moms who don't have their kids, but is she happy? Meanwhile, you at home with all your kids, are you happy? That ain't none of your business, right? You need to be focused on how do I get happy? What's going to make me happy? If it makes her happy that she sent all them kids with their daddy, I wish I could have done it. But that would not have made me happy because of who their dads were, not because I didn't want the relief, right? But also, again, that goes back to judging. We're doing shit that is not aligned. We are holding on to stuff that doesn't serve us and doesn't make us happy because we're setting our standards based on something else. I think I've had a hard time hearing my own voice because of the voices of parents and old situations. Yeah, there's a lot of people living lives that they don't want because of people who are dead. This is what we've done in our family. This is what my grandfather wanted. That nigga not even here. Like, what? You know, if your parents are not creating your life, paying for your life, and the truth is, even if they are, right? They don't have a say. You are here for your own journey, for your own experience. You have to do the things that make you happy. When you start, even if you've never done anything metaphysical, meditating, spiritual, none of that, start with what makes you happy every day. I feel good. How could I feel better? How could I be happier? That is going to lead you down the path to find how to reset your nervous system, how to release the bullshit, how to connect to your higher self. Chasing happiness will create space and bring all of the things that you need into your life. Because you ultimate goal, everything we do because we think it's going to make us happier. It's going to bring some level of satisfaction. It's going to bring some level of joy. So we stop pursuing the actual situations and just be in the pursuit of joy. Everything we need will show up. Everything will fall in place. Yes, we will have to do the work. Yes, we will have to shift out of some of the things that our parents embedded in us that we bought and received willingly as children because we saw our parents as God as children, right? So it's nobody's fault, but we know better now, so you do better, right? Go out and pursue happiness and joy. That's it. Everything else is going to follow. So I'm going to walk you through this meditation and then we'll go into oponopono. So find a comfortable place and you can sit or lie down. And I want you to gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose, hold at the top and out through the mouth. Allow the breath to expand your belly. And then when you exhale through your mouth, let go of all the tension, stress, worry. Continue this deep, rhythmic breathing, feeling your body begin to relax and settle in to this present moment. With each breath, allow yourself to sink deeper into a state of peace and stillness. Feel the gentle pull of the earth beneath you, grounding you, supporting you, loving you. Now imagine roots extending from the base of your spine, reaching deep into the earth, anchoring you into this space, your safe, sacred space. And as you continue to breathe, bring your awareness to the center of your being, to the space just below your heart. This is the seat of your soul, the home of your divine essence. Here, you are always connected to the infinite wisdom and love of the universe. You are safe, you are held, and you are supported. Now imagine a warm, golden light beginning to glow in the center of your chest. This light represents your divine essence, your purest, highest self. With each breath, see this light expanding, fully filling your chest and down into your belly, feeling like your entire torso. This light is healing. It's cleansing and loving. It holds the power to release anything that no longer serves you. This light continues to expand. Allow it to travel to every part of your body. Let it move down into your legs, through your feet, into the earth. Let it move up into your shoulders and into your arms and out through your hands. Allow it to fill your neck, your head, and your mind. This golden light is now filling your entire body, bringing you into complete alignment with your higher self. In this space of alignment, you may become aware of any thoughts, beliefs, emotions, energies that no longer serve you. These may be things that you've carried for a long, long time, perhaps even lifetimes. They may be familiar, but they are no longer aligned with who you are becoming. Gently, lovingly, bring these things to your awareness. You may feel them as sensations in your body, see them as images in your mind, or simply know that they are there. Whatever arises, allow it to come without judgment. Trust that what is coming to the surface is coming because it is ready to be released. Now, with each exhale, begin to release these things. See them being drawn out of your body by the golden light, dissolving into the earth, or just being carried away by a gentle breeze. With each breath, you are letting go. You are releasing what no longer serves you. As you release, know that you are creating space within for something greater. You are making room for new opportunities, new insights, new levels of love, and more abundance. Trust that you are letting go. You are aligning yourself with your higher good. It's natural to feel a little bit of fear or resistance when you're letting go of things that are familiar. Acknowledge the fear with love and compassion and let it know that you're safe, that you are supported by the divine. You do not need to hold on to what no longer serves you. You are free to release, free to trust in the unfolding of your higher path. As you continue to breathe, feel yourself becoming lighter, freer. You are releasing on all levels: your mind, your body, your spirit, psychologically and emotionally. You are coming into alignment with your higher self, with your divine purpose. Take a moment to feel the space within you that's being created through this release. This space is filled with light, love, and infinite possibilities. Breathe into this space, welcoming in whatever is meant to come next on your journey. Trust that what you have released has made room for something even greater in your life. And when you're ready, begin to bring your awareness back to your physical body. Feel the support of earth beneath you. Feel the breath moving in and out of your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring movement back to your body. And take one final deep breath. And as you exhale, know that you are aligned, you are free, you are ready to receive the blessings that are meant for you. And when you are ready, gently open your eyes. Now you have fully released the things that no longer serve you. And as the moon phase goes through its cycle, it's going to take all of that with it. You no longer have to worry about it. Know that it's gone. Whew. Can you bring me my water? And feel, even if you feel a little tingly, just kind of, come back slowly, shake it off. If you got emotional, that's okay. That is part of the release. If you felt sad, it's okay. That's part of the release. So I'm going to talk to you guys. Let me know how you feel. And I'm going to talk to you guys about oponopono. Are any of you familiar with oponopono? It is actually...
Oh, it's back here.
Oh, I thought I left it in there on the thing.
Mark, was that good? Okay.
Thank you.
I'm doing hose on.
Not hose, but I feel calm. So you may get some emotions later in the day. Come back and listen to this again later in the evening when it's available. It'll definitely be in Goddess University. Tori, I think the other one from yesterday will be on the page. This one will be in Goddess University. But do it again, listen to it again until you can feel the release. This is just like when we do the emotional clearing, when you have body aches and pains, and I say, clear, and draw it out. Sometimes it's stuck. Sometimes it is deep. So continue to do it until your body just surrenders and allows it to go. So Ho'oponopono is an ancient Hawaiian practice of reconciliation, healing, and forgiveness. The word Ho'oponopono roughly translates to like make it right, create a mistake, something like that. But it is used as a really powerful spiritual and psychological tool to clear negative energy, restore balance, heal relationships, whether that relationship is with yourself or with other people. So at its core, Ho'oponopono emphasizes taking 100% responsibility for absolutely everything in your reality. The belief behind this is that everything you experience, whether it's a problem, a conflict, or a hardship, is actually a reflection of something within you, right? So anything in our lives that we are not happy with, essentially, it is part of us being reflected. So some of these things that we feel like we need to release are simply reflections of things that we are holding on to deep within us that we need to heal. And so Ho'oponopono allows us to do that, because by healing yourself, you can heal your external circumstances. So the current practice is basically repeating 4 simple phrases. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. Excuse me. So I'm sorry acknowledges responsibility for any part that you've taken in any situation that is unresolved, or any unresolved issue you have within yourself. Please forgive me is please forgive me is asking for forgiveness from yourself or others or the universe for anything that you may have done that contributed to the problem, the circumstances, the situations that you're in. The thank you expresses the gratitude for the healing opportunity and the opportunity to kind of resolve whatever the issue is. And I love you is sending love to yourself, to others, and the situation, which then promotes the healing and the reconciliation. So there was a psychiatrist who used this, and I can't remember what location he was in, but he used this. He was assigned to a psych ward, or he was hired by a psych ward. And so he used this technique. He used this technique not by he didn't treat the patients. He didn't go visit the patients, okay? He simply opened each patient's case file every day and spent a period of time saying these 4 phrases, right? I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. Over time, every single patient that he was treating was healed and able to be released, literally. So without any additional medication, back then I think they were still using like shock treatments and all those kind of things. Nothing else was needed. This is all that he did, looking at their pictures. He wasn't even with them physically. Yeah, we should definitely do this every day. So I started doing this and created a practice where I have a journal and I have a book. Each page has a picture of one of my children, one of my grandchildren, somebody I care about. And I literally will just go through. Now, I usually, one Sunday out of the month will spend, and I go through and probably spend 5 or 10 minutes on each picture. Mind you, I have 8 kids, there's 5 grandkids, and there's several other people that are really important in my life. So you're talking about like 20 people. It could take some time. But when you're doing it with yourself, you can do a picture, that has like all of your children in it if you wanted to or whatever. But so I only do that once a month. But, however, when I realize my children are getting older and our relationships are changing. So what I also realized is that if I do this with myself in exercise and in mantra form, some of the things that I'm trying to heal in those individual relationships or for those individuals will also happen, right? But I'm also getting that healing too. So if you guys have any questions, so what I'm going to do, and I'm going to just show you, I'm lying. I'm not actually going to show you. I'm going to, what I suggest is, because we store trauma in our hips for ourselves, should we do our picture or just ourselves? If you did your picture, that would be even great, even better. And if you can do it with a childhood picture, right? So you're healing from that point moving forward. I think is extremely, extremely powerful. Like I have an altar for me, to me. And so on that altar, I have a picture of me within the last year or so and one of my baby pictures. So when I do this work, I'm looking at that baby picture. And when I do my worthiness work and shadow work and stuff like that, I am really directed at my baby self so that I'm yeah, so I'm healing from that point moving forward. So the new aspect of this is that we hold all of our trauma, men and women, in the hips. So what I'm going to start doing, and that's why I said I was going to show you, but you guys are not going to really be able to see me, but I'm going to do the exercise, and I also do not want to, get a violation here, right? But just this backwards movement, right? So I'm on my knees. It is considered like it's one of those exercises that helps to reset the nervous system, but it's also going to release the hips. So it's almost like child pose if you're familiar with child pose, right? But your knees are a little bit wider than there was so much release in that, right? This is the cat pose. But then you push back, right? So you come forward and you push back. So with each of the pushbacks, you would say one of the phrases. Okay, so, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. So what happens is the tension is getting released. My body continues to get more and more relaxed. It's also relaxing because my nervous system is ultimately relaxing. If you can, depending on how much tension you have in your hips, you can stay here and just rock back and forth with wonderful. Rock back and forth with the phrases in a mantra set. So, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. You can set this to music. You can find on YouTube, and probably Alexa can pull it up for you too, some recordings. Look, you're on my hair and everything. Stop, baby. This is not horsey. You can find recordings that will repeat it over and over for you, like as a soundtrack. And then you can just shake the hips and do the exercises to get it to release. So, meanwhile, I'm just going to be the little horsey that could. If you guys have any questions before I get off and start my day, thank you guys for being here. I hope you enjoyed the meditation and the tapping session. I will get those on my, I'll get some of them on my page. If you are interested in joining Goddess University, please do so. You can start with a free membership. Anyone who is interested in learning how to shift their identity and move into their highest timeline, we currently have a course that starts next week called Quantum Delusion. And so you get meditations in there weekly. You're going to get meditations, tappings, probably more than once a week. You're going to get live sessions once a week. You're going to get recorded classes. You get workbooks. You get a community. Listen, look, stop. You sound like a squeaky dog toy. All of those things are included. Plus, you get access to Goddess University for the 3 months. And this is a 3-month program. So you'll have full access to Goddess University plus the program.
Raina Lee.
She out here doing the most. So if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to get off and finally start my day since I started later. And I will definitely be on tonight, and I'm going to talk about some things you can still do for the super blue moon, as well as I'm going to be teaching about identity shifting, and how to make those shifts. And I'll be doing some paid readings. So I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Can we do a round of oponopono before you go? Absolutely. Okay, you can sit down. Like, show us how to do it. So it's just repeated like you would do a mantra, right? So if you're doing the exercise, then you do it with each of the thrusts. If you were just going to sit and meditate with it, you would just say, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. When I do it with my book, I have my hand on my family member's photo, and I'm just looking into the eyes of the photo. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And I'll just go until it feels like this is complete. And for some people, it takes longer. If I'm doing it just for myself, then I have my eyes closed. Sometimes I do it looking at my baby picture. It's just, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. You can do this even in your head, even while you're working out, right? Or doing the dishes or whatever it is. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you hopefully later tonight. If you don't catch me tonight, I will be back here in the morning, more at 10 o'clock, between 10 and 10:30, to do another meditation and tapping session with you. Love you. Bye.